3. So we're live with dietitian Joelle Farha. Actually, when I introduced her just a few minutes ago, I said nutritionist. How about if today we start by getting to know the difference between a dietitian and a nutritionist? So give me just a second. Let me invite Joelle to our sessions live on Facebook. Give me just 1 second and I will be with you. I hope you are safe wherever you are in the world. I hope you are taking good care of yourself. I know this is a very anxious time to us all because it is tough. We're checking the connection, and guess what? I'm inviting Joelle. And now I am inviting our dietitian, Joelle Farha. And as I said, since I think I'm still talking to myself, but I hope you guys are here. Hello, Christian. How are you? Kristen, how are you? As you know, we are here today with a unique session. I sent the invitation to Joelle. I'm just waiting for her to join me. We're gonna be going live stream directly on Facebook and on Instagram. I hope you are enjoying your days. You know, learning to be alone is very difficult. Learning to enjoy our own company. Okay, I guess we need to send Joelle another invitation. It's okay. Enjoying the company of self is something not easy in life, because we always tend to spend time with other people around the family. Okay, hello, Joelle. Joelle, I still need you, please, to connect through the email.
Actually, I'm unable to connect. I don't know why I have issue. It's redirecting me to Chrome, and I don't know why.
You're not opening it from Chrome?
Yeah.
Can you try? It's okay. She always does that to me. I'm going to tell you that every time before we go live, we have to go through this. So it's okay. I'm looking forward to today's session. We're trying again. It's okay. Thank you for being with us. I was telling you, it is not easy in life to live alone. One thing we are learning during this confinement is to spend time alone and know how to enjoy our time. In reality, we are emotionally dependent. Rarely are those who are emotionally independent, those who can enjoy walking in the nature alone. I know people's company is very precious, and I know it's very important to be around other people, but as well, enjoying ourself alone is not easy. So we are waiting now for Joelle to join us one more time, and I hope she can do that soon, or else I will have to leave you for a few seconds and get back to you. Tonight, we're gonna discuss something very special, and it is the title of our session. It's called Food and Mood. It's really important to know how food affect our mood and our day and our life and everything. So I know we have a group of people with us. Let me see if things are gonna be fine, or else we'll ask Joelle to join us differently. Here we go. Here she is with us. And hello.
Hello again.
Facebook as well.
Yes.
So we can mute everything. You can mute the laptop and remain on your phone. Joelle, as a beginning, because in the introduction, I made a mistake in the beginning by introducing you as the nutritionist, but then I wrote it dietitian. Can you explain to us a bit the difference between a dietitian and a nutritionist?
Yes, absolutely. Look, the difference between dietitian and a nutritionist is big actually. A nutritionist is any nutrition student that finished her or his bachelor degree without doing the dietetic internship, while as a dietitian is that student who continued, who actually did their internship at a hospital it depends on the regulations. Now I guess it's almost the required time is 9 months, and then they have to do the colloquium, which empowers them to really practice, allows them to practice the career of being a dietitian. So here we talk about the safety of the patients. A dietitian is really entitled to take care of any illness, the dietetic part, diabetes, hypertension, kidney disease, okay, whatsoever. So we have a lot of disease that they can work on, whereas the nutritionist is not allowed to take in charge these patients. They only can work as, for example, in the food processing field and so on.
Okay. Let me just interrupt you a bit. May I ask our audience to tell me whether, yes, they are hearing both of us, Joelle and I, both on Facebook and on Instagram? Usually, Joelle, meanwhile, how does it work? And you are a dietitian, correct?
Yes.
You are a dietitian. Yes. Usually, the internship for dietitians, where does it happen and for how long?
It happens at any hospital.
Okay.
Definitely in collaboration with the university where they are studying the nutrition bachelor. And then I said about when it was during my internship, it was the regulations were for an internship for 6 months only.
Okay.
I guess now it's for 9 months. After they have completed all their courses and the credits of the internship, the students can register to do at the Ministry of Public Health to do the colloquium.
Okay.
And once they pass it, so they can work in the field.
They can work in the field officially.
Yes.
Okay. So welcome to our show about your health with Badiaa and dietitian Joelle Farha. Thank you for the clarification. And tonight our the title of this session is called About Your Health with Badiaa and Joelle, and discussing food and mood. Wow. It's really deep. I know that I love to eat carbs, chocolate, depending on the weather, depending on the season, depending on things. But usually we always tend to go towards the carbs and sweets and etc. While I noticed during my, when I was trying to lose weight during my diet, that I learned to enjoy other healthy stuff as well. But it was really a shift of mind and thinking and healthy habits. So I'm going to give you the floor to tell us a bit about this topic and what we're going to be discussing tonight.
Yes, look, there is a Chinese proverb that states, whatsoever was the father of a disease, an ill diet was the mother. So if we think really about it, it's really true. It's true how, and it's very simple. And you know that whenever you have, let's say, a high blood cholesterol levels, you know that by following really simple modifications to your diet, you can treat it. By having a high blood sugar, okay, in collaboration with the doctor in charge, you know that by changing your diet, your lifestyle, you're able to treat this illness or even to prevent it. So nowadays we're going toward preventive nutrition. So as you were saying, really food and mood is an interesting topic to me, because have you ever wondered, even if it's you or even any one of our viewers, why do we feel sleepy after we eat? Have you thought about it? Okay. So also another question to you and to our viewers. I don't want an answer.
Okay, it's just rhetoric questions. Okay.
Yeah. So which comes first in food-mood relationship? Is it food or mood?
I think they feed each other. Let me answer.
It's true, absolutely true.
They feed each other.
Yes, true. So what we're gonna talk about tonight is, let's say, as an outline for tonight, we're gonna, as we're doing, make a small introduction about it, talk a little bit about statistics, discuss serotonin and dopamine, the neurotransmitters, and then move to the recommendations, dietetic recommendations about this interesting topic.
Okay. So I'll let you start, so I don't start myself with the questions. I will be intervening with the questions as you're talking.
Yes.
Okay.
So regarding our topic, both scientific research and personal experiences, they are proving without a doubt that there is a connection between what we eat and how we think and act. Okay. So hence the saying that you are what you eat.
Okay.
Okay. So, and also we have many emotional illnesses and problems that people nowadays face, and that could be also related to their dietary habits. We have, for example, we have a lot of cases around us: depression, anxiety, chronic fatigue syndrome. We have postnatal depression, which is very common among pregnant women who deliver. We have schizophrenia. We have cases of insomnia that many of people, we hear it from people around us. We have the premenstrual syndrome. We have the ADHD, the attention deficit hyperactivity disorder. So all those are linked to our dietary habits. And if we might think that a small modification in our dietary habit can actually lead to a big change in the
in the way we feel.
Yes, no,
and act.
The way we feel and act, and in the depression and how we can recover from this disease. Okay.
Yeah, this is so important, you know, because like when I was back at school during the school days, we used to really always work with the student to have breakfast before they come, or to eat anything, like just to have a little something that would wake them up by the time they get to the class, because it wasn't easy, you know, and especially that many don't eat and stay up late. The topic we discussed last time, I didn't discuss it with you, I think we discussed it with Alia. Okay, this was a topic we discussed, that kids are like sleeping late, messing up their day schedule, etc. And then when they wake up, now we move this discussion to you. We reach, what should they eat in the morning? Should they eat to wake up, or is it up to them, or drink, or whatever? We get back to you.
Yes. So this is true what you're saying, and it also, we're gonna talk about how really it's important to eat very well in order to go to school in a good mood. Now nowadays we're going to online sessions, but also it's very important.
Yes, it is as important, because
really sharp-minded when studying and when attending.
You know, Joelle, it's like when they're at school, it's easier because they made that effort to leave the house.
Yes,
while
true.
When they're at home, they're in their comfort
zone. There's no more effort, and there's no more listening to. Parents, yes, I really hear it from friends around me how they struggle with their kids with the online teaching.
Yes, let me just reintroduce you, because we have many viewers that just joined us. I'm seeing the names. Hello, everyone, and welcome to our show that is supposed to be usually on Monday, but because of the problems we're having in our country in the network, we weren't able to go live on Monday. I would like to welcome you all to our session, What About Your Health? And tonight we are with our dietitian, Joelle, Farha, and we are discussing food and mood. Okay, Joelle, we're back to you. Let's start.
Yes. So we're gonna move to the statistics. And as I was saying, that you are what you eat, and there is a relationship between the food mood relationship. So the prevalence of mood disorders, there has been a few statistics, and in the US alone, the number of people affected by depression and mood disorder is rising to nearly 20 million. So it's a huge number. And also we have the number of prescriptions for antidepressant medications that were written. So these medications, they work to increase the level of serotonin. Okay, so they take these antidepressants in order to increase the level of serotonin, while as through food, and by eating healthy food and the quality of food that we're gonna discuss during this talk, our talk, they can let's
moderate.
Say Prozac and eat food instead.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm sure, like, we have the medical part that we cannot avoid.
Yeah, Definitely, definitely.
But we are talking about how to moderate the vitamins and boost the vitamins in your...
Yes, we're talking about mentally healthy people and patients. We're not talking definitely about ill patients who are, let's say, seeing a psychiatrist or where we have prescriptions made by those doctors.
Okay.
Okay.
All yours.
So also in the mood and behavior disorders, we have a lot of factors that can affect it. We have the B3 and vitamin C deficiency that can affect it. We have the heavy metal toxicity. We can do a test in my clinic, so we can know to what metals we are really we have a high level and a toxic level in our bloodstream. Let's say or in our tissue, for example, the B6 and the zinc deficiency also they can lead to a mood and behavior disorder. We have the digestive problems that can affect our mood also. Yes. We have the low tissue sugar also that can affect, and a low thyroid function also can affect our mood and behavior. So we see here that neurotransmitters play a very important role because, first of all, let us define what are neurotransmitters. These are messengers that communicate sensations and actions to and from our brain. Okay? And everything happens there. Let's say, let's imagine, figure out someone, for example, a lady or a man who's really worried and thinking. We have a lot of time management issues, stress, anxiety, fear, worry, work, being tired, having a headache. So all these are, let's say, actions and sensations that needs to be processed by our brain through neurotransmitters. Okay, so these neurotransmitters, Badiaa, they are made from amino acids, okay, that are obtained from the protein in our diet. So here comes the relationship to our food. We have two of the most important yes, we have the serotonin and the dopamine, and between brackets they are called the happy drugs. Okay. Yes. Okay. Because they make us happy, and they play a leading role in determining our moods and thoughts. Okay.
Okay. And is it that I'm sure you're gonna tell us? Yes. Where do we get them in the food?
Yes, definitely, absolutely.
And how much we should have of that as well.
Yes, absolutely. Okay, so what I want to know, I want to tell you that serotonin it's a calming chemical. It makes us relaxed and drowsy, while as the dopamine makes us more alert, we think and react more quickly, and we are more attentive, motivated, and mentally energetic. So here's the difference between the two, but both of them are the happy drugs. Okay. So the serotonin is naturally produced in the pineal gland, okay? And it's more than just a happy drug. It also plays an important role, let's say, and has a lot of functions like in appetite control, sleep, memory, the learning, let's say the temperature regulation, the muscle contraction, the endocrine regulation, cardiovascular function. So it plays a role other than being the feel-good okay? So it balances mood and behavior. Okay? So serotonin and food, there is a clear relationship. It's a food substance that affects the neurotransmitter. Okay? So it is tied to depression and violence, serotonin, and low brain serotonin leads to psychiatric symptoms. So it's very important to really get it produced through the food we get. Okay? So now to move to something more important to our viewers, which is the food. Okay.
Yeah, I want something more closer to our mind, closer to our daily activities.
Yes. Let's start with the banana. Okay. We all know that when we eat a banana, we feel more relaxed. Usually the magnesium gets all the credit, but banana ranks as a top happy food due to the great amount of tryptophan and tyrosine that it contains. Okay? So they are precursors to happy neurotransmitters that are the serotonin and dopamine. So let's focus on banana. Okay. We have the spinach also, that is the brain of the food of the brain. It's linked that folate deficiency that is common among women is linked to depression disorders. So the studies showed that by restoring the vitamin caused symptoms will mostly disappear. Okay, so we can get the folic acid, 200 to 400 micrograms, they are good, and they will really have a dramatic relief of the depression. Okay,
so basically with the ingredients or like the small tips that you're giving us today, I'm hoping by the end we can put a little diet for a week and see how the mood of each will change throughout. It will be nice to touch base and come back to you with a little diary and tell you I did that this week and this is how I felt.
Yes, absolutely. Yes. We can move also to the seafood. So fish is a brain food. Why? Because they are rich in selenium. So people eating the least selenium, they are more anxious, depressed, they are tired. They felt much better when given the adequate selenium because it's an antioxidant, and while it has no known neural function. Okay. So we have nuts. There's a saying that states an apple a day keeps the doctor away. So there's a nut a day keeps the blues away. Sorry. Yes. So we have selenium-rich foods. I'm going to give you a few examples. We have the basil nut, but you have to beware because 6 nuts per day, they boost the selenium level up to 100 to 300% of the recommendations. So you're getting 3 times more than the daily needed quantities. So let's be cautious and take two basil nuts. Okay. Let's focus more on grains, on seafood. For example, seafood, they can take 125 grams of canned light tuna. They can get 140 grams of oysters. They can get, for example, half a cup of sunflower seeds, which is equivalent to 125 grams. They can take, for example, 1 cup of oat bran. Yes.
When you said seeds, like because we all know in our culture we enjoy the nuts and the seeds and that family. Can you tell me, instead of as you mentioned the grams, because I know this is how you go by things. Yes. Can you tell me in terms of a cup how much it is?
Yes, I said half a cup of sunflower seeds.
Half a cup of sunflower seeds. Yes. Okay.
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 Okay, so this is regarding the nuts. There is something, usually we get so worried when we want to eat it, and what really, in fact, I actually love it, which is garlic. So it turned out that garlic is a mood elevator. So don't worry, guys, you can eat as much as you want. It's really good. And in investigating the positive effects of garlic on blood cholesterol, garlic eaters also experienced a decided lift in their mood. So it showed also that it affected their mood. And usually in Germany, it's the largest selling over-the-counter drug, the garlic supplement. So it's really being sold.
Yeah, so here what we're doing, basically, we're just inviting you to eat the fruits and vegetables in their fresh status.
Yes,
instead of getting them in vitamins over the counter.
Yes, definitely. Yeah. Yes, I was saying that because let's say it's different from a culture to another, and there are populations who really focus on supplements, but definitely taking garlic as it is really the best option.
Okay.
It doesn't cause someone a bloating or whatever digestive issues.
Anyways, garlic, we can use it like for those who have like digestive issues in garlic. I know people who put it like in a small, the cooking bag that you can put inside the sauce. This way you will just get the nutrients and then remove the bag of garlic. This way you get only the flavor of it and the nutrients of
yes, or they can use the garlic powder, for example, which is
garlic powder.
Yes, which is good. And
I know we can use it because we can use garlic with the salad, we can use it with the potato, and now it's the big trend to get the fries and dip it in the garlic, in the red sauce, and like with yogurt. So it's everywhere you can use it. How much garlic should one use per day?
There's no restrictions, actually.
No restrictions.
But you know, it's not really a vegetable that people usually, let's say,
snack on.
Yes, snack on. Yes, while watching TV. Yeah. So it's gonna be, let's say, as a condiment or really used to probably get a specific flavor that we want.
Okay.
So talking about the flavors, chili pepper, it contains the capsaicin, which is a hot substance that will cause a rush of endorphin, and this will lift our mood temporarily. So it's good, but it will also affect our mood in a temporary way. Okay?
Okay, well, the chili pepper, you mean the spicy green ones, right? Not the bell pepper.
Yes, okay. Yes, definitely. Okay. Also, we have we're going to talk about the complex carbs, how important they are. Also they are very important for the mood, but beware of simple sugar because simple carbs, they provide short-term relief of stress-induced irritability. And simple sugar also are digested quickly, so they will lead to a surge in serotonin. Okay, and our brain eventually is let's say, it depends on an even supply of glucose. So whenever you give it a big quantity of sugar, this will be, let's say, translated by an aggressive behavior, by anxiety, by depression, by even fatigue. Okay, so the more uneven your blood sugar supply is, the more uneven your mood will be. So let's focus more on the complex carbs instead of going towards simple sugar.
Yeah, when you say simple sugar, it means when you eat chocolates and etc.
You eat candies, when you eat, yes, lollipops, gums.
And the complex, it's within, and when it's within something.
Yes. When you talk about potatoes, when you talk about, let's say, oat, let's say wheat cereals, whole wheat cereals. Yes. Okay.
Okay.
Sweet potato, for example, you have a big variety. Burgol, you have.
Sweet potato is going back in fashion now.
It's always, to me, it's the number one.
But now there are many burger places here in our area that are making the burgers with sweet potato. They are including it a lot in the salad. Now we're hearing more about it.
Yes, I'm going to tell you. Guess what I had for lunch today? It was actually a salad of grilled veggies in the oven. There was sweet potato, carrots, broccoli, eggplant, squash. And after it was done, yes, it's really amazing, with a very light balsamic sauce. And I really added some lettuce to it. It was amazing. You cannot imagine how. Yes.
Okay. For me tomorrow.
Yes.
For me tomorrow. Thank you for telling me what to eat tomorrow for lunch.
Yeah.
I love it.
You're gonna love it. It's really amazing.
Yeah, you know what? Sometimes when you eat like potato, because like I got potato back and during Christmas dinner, because like this is what we do, the sweet potato, it has to be part of the Christmas menu. And after that, till like last week, now if you go to my fridge, I don't have sweet potato. But until last week, I've had sweet potato in my fridge. I kept on buying them. Because I noticed that with any salad, if I put like half a potato, baked something.
Yes, it's amazing.
Yeah. And I noticed that I was able to freeze them cooked and then just remove them and heating them and grilling them a bit, and it will be ready. So it facilitated my life during the busy days.
Plus also sweet potato is very rich in fibers. So it will increase your satiety, and it will give a sweet for people who have really a sweet tooth. So it's important. You're gonna satisfy, yes, your sweet cravings. Yes, it's really yummy. You can prepare it as wedges, let's say, or even you can cook it in the oven. For example, you have a lot of ways to do it.
Yeah, you can cook it in a very nice way. I'm going to tell you now, but I want to ask you one question. Yes. The sweet potato.
Yes.
In terms of calories between the sweet potato and the regular potato.
It's the same, Badiaa. Only what the difference is the fiber content and the glycemic index. We're about to discuss it. So the glycemic index, it refers to a glycemic load, for example. We have to avoid as much as we can the refined sugars, the items, and instead we have to eat whole food. Okay, so when we say a food is low glycemic index, the index should be below 50. A moderate glycemic index, it should be between 50 and 70. A high glycemic index, it's between 70 and 100. So here you can let's say classify food.
Okay. So the sweet potato is at which glycemic index?
Is medium. The sweet potato is medium. Yeah, it's between 50 and 70.
Okay, just to give you the tip before you continue, I eat it sometimes. I boil it because then it's moist, and I sprinkle cinnamon on it. And then it's like a sweet, something sweet I'm eating between the cinnamon and the sweet potato. It is really a nice snack. At least to me, it was good enough. Okay, so we're going back to you had for lunch your nice vegetables and salad with sweet potato.
Yes, I was saying that adding the complex carbs is good for our mood, and it will avoid usually this anxiety that simple sugar will lead to. Okay.
And it's filling anyways, because when you eat like any kind of carb or like something more solid with your salad.
Yes, and Badiaa, it's suitable for diabetic patients, by the way. So usually when I have a diabetic patient, I recommend them to focus more on sweet potato than having the usual white potato, the regular one. Yes. So this is why we recommend it as dietitians to diabetic patients in order to really regulate their blood sugar. So if it works there, definitely it's gonna make its magic on normal people who don't have any disease.
You know, Joelle, it's a matter of habit as well. Like if you get used to eating or getting your vitamins and nutrients from specific food, probably the first days you will feel unease, but then you will get used to it. You feel really comfortable.
Yes, and it is really addictive. So whenever you eat healthy, whenever you feel the benefits, the healthy benefits of it, so you know that okay, I'm doing the right thing. I'm eating really good for my health.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
So going back to you.
We move to orange. So it's a source of vitamin C, and vitamin C is shown also to reduce the levels of stress hormone. Also, it strengthens the immune system, so it's excellent. We have also the oily fish, where we can have a steady supply, for example, of omega-3 fatty acids that are found in salmon, in tuna. This will prevent the surge in stress hormones, and it will protect us from heart disease. So at least having it twice per week is really good. Okay. So aim to eat at least 85 grams of oily fish. It can be, let's say, tuna or salmon.
Okay, how about sardine? Do you recommend it, the boxes of sardine?
Yes. It's also considered as it is rich in omega-3. So it is the effect of omega-3 fatty acids on mood.
Yeah, you know, because the reason why I'm asking, because I feel that I don't want our audience, I don't want to tell them about things that are not handy to them. You know,
yes.
So far,
Yes,
everything
absolutely.
we're giving you guys are easy to fix and easy to prepare. And trust me, if I get to do them, I know I love to be in the kitchen, but it means they're doable.
Yes, yes, I know how much you love to cook.
I know, but sometimes I like to do something different, something cute. Okay, let me reintroduce you because we have a new group of people that joined us. This is the session called About Your Health. I always host the same dietitian, Joelle Farha, who's becoming the show. Okay, when it comes to discussing your diet and nutrition. And Joelle today is discussing food and mood. And it's really interesting how much like a little breakfast or what we eat for our snacks, breakfast, lunch, dinner will affect our mood. And we are still in the salad part and whatever. We didn't reach the afternoon part, the snacks. Okay, Joelle, back to you.
Yes, so also we can add to these items legumes. So the bean, the kidney beans, the soybeans, they offer really the benefit of containing slowly digested carbs. We go back to the complex carbs we were talking about. So it will help to regulate our mood-enhancing neurotransmitter, the serotonin. So we also can focus on it, and it's also a source of protein. It will make us really, it will make us. We will not be hungry. Plus, it's going to affect positively our mood.
Okay, we come to, Joelle, how about the starchy beans like fava beans?
They are all recommended.
Sweet peas.
Yes,
they're all recommended.
Yes, they are recommended. Yes, and they have an effect on producing this serotonin in our brain.
Okay, and those who are on a diet where they want to cut down on carbohydrate,
it's okay. They can get it.
They can get it, but they reduce the bread.
Probably. Yes, or even they can get one exchange instead of having 3 exchange on during lunch. Yeah. So they can get one. Usually, even with a high protein diet, I still recommend at any of the meals to get 1 exchange of carbs. To me, it's not really healthy to eliminate carbs at all, as most of the clients do.
Yeah, because like us Mediterranean people, we eat a lot of the fava beans, and it has the garlic, it has little oil,
yes, coriander,
and lemon. Like it's a full nutritious meal.
Yes, and it's high in protein and in carbs, both.
It has everything. Yes. It's like a full meal.
Yes.
And then, of course, always we add to it the onion and the tomato. So basically, it's like
have everything in just one platter. Yes.
Exactly. It's the full meal. And then we like a lot the sweet peas. We eat them, we cook them with meat. I know, like when I lived in the States, like the family used to have the sweet peas to the side, as a side vegetable.
Oh, okay.
While we cook it more with meat and red sauce, and we eat rice with it at the side.
Yes.
Okay, we cook it as stew. So those are things like that are really, when our kids are used to those stews, really, we're getting them into the habit of eating very healthy.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah,
you're absolutely right.
To you, back
yes.
to you.
So now, eggs also is an item that can affect our mood. Eggs are good source of choline. So choline is has an optimal neurotransmission. It improves memory and concentration. So what a good excuse to put eggs back on your diet plan. So it will affect our memory and our mood. So it's very important to put it back on our diet.
I'm going to interrupt you here because there are lots of echoes about the eggs. Don't eat eggs daily, eat eggs daily. Don't eat. In the past, we used to don't eat more than 3 eggs a day. and now we're back to eat 1 egg per day. It will not hurt you. And then I don't want to talk a lot because you promised us a full session on children's nutrition.
Yes.
Okay, probably it's gonna be next Monday. For parents out there, get yourself ready. But can you tell us a bit what's a good quantity of eggs is the right one for someone in a normal health condition?
Yes, look, first of all, choline is the B, we have the B complex vitamin that is really concentrated in high cholesterol foods like eggs and liver. So what makes eggs really an important food to eat? There has been many controversial, many debates about the eggs. So the final studies, as dietitian, usually my recommendations are based on studies. So the final, the latest recommendations, they go toward, let's say, recommending to eat eggs twice per week and focus on eating 2 egg yolks per week. And if you want to eat eggs during the whole week or even every day, focus on the egg whites. So a lack of choline, which is where eggs are really a good source. I just stated that the eggs are a source of choline. So the lack of choline can cause impairment of memory and concentration, and it is a precursor to the brain neurotransmitter that is linked to memory. So this makes eggs a really important food item to focus on in our diet. Okay. So to me, I recommend my patients to have variety in their diet. It should be balanced. Meals should be balanced, and we have to focus on variety. So why we need to eat eggs every day? No, we have a lot of items. We have a lot of options. We have varieties. You can have oats. You can focus on nuts. As I was mentioning through the. Since we started, I was mentioning many items. Can you imagine mixing, let's say, minimum 2 to 3 items together and adding a sauce or whatever? So you're eating a salad while having fibers, carbs, protein, the veggies. So really the nuts, you can put some nuts over it. So you're getting avocado. Yes. It can be a poke bowl, but really a vegetarian one. So by doing this, you can affect your mood positively, and you can also be compliant, to your dietitian's recommendation.
Yeah, you know, the problem is when we focus on salad, when we say, okay, today I'm going to have salad for lunch, people forget that really the salad could be a full nutritious plate.
Yes,
they add fava beans, right? They can add some fava beans.
They can add whatever they want. They can add fruits to it. They can add nuts. They can add protein. They can add anything to it.
Okay. So moving from the eggs now.
Okay, we're gonna move to tea. So research suggested that black tea really can help recover from stressful events more quickly. So they had that study on people who drank 4 cups of tea daily for a period of 6 weeks with people who drank tea like placebo. So they weren't eventually drinking tea. So we had those 2 groups. A group was having tea and another was having a tea like placebo. So the real drinkers reported feeling calmer and had lower levels of cortisol after stressful events. Coffee, on the other hand, can boost levels of cortisol. So if you are stressed, don't take coffee. If you are, let's say, if you're suffering from insomnia, don't go for coffee. Where you see, really, it's really weird, Badiaa, that people, they are not aware of this addictive effect of coffee. Okay, I remember when we were really younger and going to school, my mom every day before going to school with the breakfast, we used to have that cup of black tea, and it's really important. You cannot imagine really if I compare, let's say my status before to, let's say, my current status, how I wake up really in a rush to go to work, attend my job, by even sometimes, let's say, missing my breakfast, so I have to take it at work. So you see the difference between your, for example, your productivity, your mood, for example. So really, food has this relationship. I gave them this example because it's based on a personal experience, and it's true, and it's based on studies, as I just mentioned.
Me mention something here between brackets for us working community members, because whether men or women, or parents, father or mother, please. I believe time is management, and sometimes the 15 minutes in the morning we have for ourselves, okay, to wake up and just have a cup of coffee and make sure we take our food with us to work, okay, or to prepare for the children before they wake up, so we don't wake them up and rush them. If you do that, everybody's day will be smoother. I recall when my kids were young and we used to wake up, all of us, to go to work. I used to wake up half an hour before them so I can have my coffee and be calm when they wake up. So I'm not, stressed and anxious. And then I used to prepare their food beforehand or at night or etc. for me not to rush them and how stress them, because this stress will lead to nowhere.
Yes, look, Badiaa, what you said is amazing, and it really goes, let's say, in what we should apply or how we should treat our kids. Today we are discussing actually the food-mood relationship. But what you said is really important, because it's not only food that affects our mood. Because as parents, although I didn't experience this yet, but you're talking from your experience as a parent. So as parents, you are responsible to really nurture your kids' mental health and to affect their mood. So by doing what you just mentioned, you were giving your kids that boost and that really energy before going to school, because you're not supposed to transfer your anxiety or even your worries or even your insecurities to your kids or to the people around you.
Exactly. Yes. Exactly, to the people around you, because the worst thing is to show everyone that you're always out of time, you don't have time to do things, no, it's not. You are the manager of your own time. Do what you can within that time and know how to establish things. I recall at times we used to do things the night before. You can prepare things the night before and just have them ready to pack in the morning. There are different ways, different mechanisms depending on the routine of your day and the day of the child and the day of the people living with you. Just the worst thing is to let everyone feel that we are in a military base and out of time. We don't want to do that. Apologies, military base. Apologies. Okay.
Military.
I don't want anyone knocking at my door, but this is the truth. Okay.
So we add to it. We just mentioned the black tea. We have also the green tea. So on a day-to-day basis, drinking green tea will help you regulate your blood glucose levels and will also keep you alert and hydrated and will help you manage the dreaded sugar cravings after lunch.
The tea, when you're saying tea, bless you, we're saying tea without added sugar.
Yes, definitely, yes.
Okay, but tea has caffeine to a certain extent, which is fine. I'm fine with all of them, green and black and whatever. Yeah.
Yes, they have the theine, which is similar to the caffeine, but they are not addictive as coffee. Okay. Yes. here we move to coffee as an extraordinary energizer. Coffee suppresses down the brain chemicals, the adenosine, and then instead of releasing up chemicals, so instead of having this positive effect, so only a little caffeine has an effect, and numerous refills are useless during the day. Okay, and yes. So only a little dose. So the best dose is 100 to 200 milligram of caffeine per day, which is equivalent to 140 to 280 ml of coffee milliliter. Okay?
Is it included in cocoa?
It's not as in cocoa. Cocoa comes as another item that affects positively our mood, which is in chocolate. Okay. Yes, so we cannot compare coffee with its addictive effect to cocoa with its very beneficial effect, the dark cocoa. Yes, so too much of coffee, Badiaa, is addictive. The proof, caffeine withdrawal syndrome. When you have the headache, when you have the fatigue, when you have this addiction, yes, to coffee. When you try to stop coffee, let's say, if you're fasting, you'll reach 12, for example, with a big headache, with fatigue. This doesn't mean that coffee is really healthy.
You just opened a door that is really huge. The fasting. I don't want to get to it now. I want a full session on it. Yes. Really, it's important because we have now the season, the holy seasons coming ahead. We have Ramadan and we have the Lent before Easter. And people really sometimes tend to not eat properly. And hold on, just
yes,
are we still there? Yes. People at times tend to lose the habits, the proper habits. That's why I would like to discuss that on another session next week if we can. Okay.
Pick the topic you want. I'm fine with anything
next week. So probably we'll host you twice. One time for nutrition for children. Okay, because really, I feel this is a topic we need to cover, especially with the lockdown, especially with the lack of activity, with the like not being socially active.
It's not a normal situation for adults. How come for kids? So
exactly.
Yes.
So I feel we have to just give them that boost and give the parents some of your time to discuss that part, and as well we have another episode on fasting.
Yes.
Okay. So now we go back to coffee.
Yes, we've done from coffee. So as I said, the recommended dose should not exceed 140 milliliter to let's say 280 milliliter of coffee.
We have a question, and that is why you need someone to do your exam, so you can focus on health more. Thank you, exam doers. No, we want to train the kids to work during the exam. Probably this should be your role, helping the students work under stress properly. This will be perfect.
Yes,
this is perfect. It will be if you can do that. Joelle, how about soft drinks, alcohol, bread, pizza, fries, burger?
Yes, so we have you have the worst foods for depression, and here alcohol comes because it may give you a temporary mental lift, but on the long term, it's not really healthy. It's gonna give you the lift, but it's not really that healthy. So we should have it in moderation. The sugary and starchy food, we should also try to stay away as much as we can. And we have, let's say, the coffee and other caffeine-heavy drinks, where soda is among these caffeine-heavy drinks. So also soda is not recommended. Here, I would recommend them to go for sparkling water instead of soda. Let's get fresh fruit juice, let's get these items, but definitely not for food-mood relationship. So I said that oranges are good. So get a cup of orange juice in the morning. It will lift your mood and make you really cool. And it will give the effect, the energizing effect, instead of having that cup of coffee that you are addicted to it.
Let me tell you something. You know, like the last studies when I kept on following on Diet Coke and the Coke and etc.
Yes.
Children were getting addicted because they were saying, don't have Coke, don't have alcohol if you're under 18 or 16 or etc. But kids were becoming addicted to the Coca-Cola and Diet Pepsi.
Badiaa, artificial sweeteners in soft drinks, they can block the formation of serotonin. So that's why we should avoid them. Okay, it's not only because they are having these soft drinks with the colorant, with everything bad in it, but also because the artificial sweeteners in the diet version, so is really gonna block the formation of serotonin in your brain, so it's not gonna affect your mood positively. Yeah. And also among the foods that we should avoid, we have the foods that are high in saturated fat, fries and yeast, and we have the wheat also, because for some of the people who have gluten allergies, they have been shown to be a common cause of depression and mood disorder. So if it happens that you are allergic to wheat, just avoid it. Go for substitutes for anything that replaces it.
And you know that the fries, they can simply do them in the oven, the shapes of the regular fries, or in wedges with very tiny oil you add at the end, and will be really
kind of. Can I tell you a secret? Most people most patients eventually they get really worried about healthy cooking, while in fact cooking in a healthy way is really, it takes less time, it's healthier for you, it's yummy, it gives you satiety, it's filling, it fills you up to the next meal. So it's really important, and it's really easy, because they don't know. We are most of the times afraid of what we don't know. So try it, give it a chance, give yourself a chance, try to cook in a healthy way, try to de-stress with exercise. We mentioned the food, but also what's really important along with the food is the activity. So also we can de-stress with exercise. We can go toward really light exercise. We can get the maximum benefit, aim for a walk, for example, minimum 30 minutes of aerobic exercise on most days of the week. And now with the quarantine, it's a really common scenario. You can see people walking everywhere. You can see it, respecting definitely the social distancing, but it's really important. So
let's hope we're not pushed back to total lockdown, because tonight the count is raised to 3,500 something.
So people should really stick to.
We received the notification as we were in the session. I just want to tell you that I was one of those people addicted to soft drinks.
Okay.
Soft drinks.
Yes.
I got the machine where you just put the water and
oh wow!
So I just did it, and you just add some lemon if you want, or a little orange juice, or a squeeze of anything, or sometimes just alone. And trust me, it truly tastes like Perrier. It's just a frizzy water. It's like carbon. It's really you enjoy it, because I'm not drinking regular water. Although probably I think we all should get used to to drinking water. What else you want to tell us? Some nice tips before we wrap up for tonight, because as usual the time runs with you.
It runs because you are my host. So, as a tip, I wanted to tell them that cashews are very important. So a handful of cash will provide 1,000 to 2,000 milligram of triptan. They are just effective as Prozac. I want to mention this again. So with none of the side effects. So people can really focus on nuts because it's really important to focus on it. So whether they are tired, whether they are depressed, whether they are stressed, people can really focus on all the food I just mentioned during our talk, because combined together or eaten alone, they will have this effect directly on your mood, and you will notice this shift, and you will see that if we go to really our the first question or our first statement where we said that is it food or mood comes first, or we said that whatsoever was the father of a disease, an ill diet was the mother. It's really true, and an ill diet really is the mother of any disease. And by eating healthy, you can really avoid all these conditions. And now I can answer, or anyone, you can give me the answer of my first question, that was, have you ever wondered why you feel sleepy after you eat, and which come first? You said, Badiaa, that they feed each other. It's true, but I believe that food really comes before mood.
And you know what? Sometimes when we eat, and like if we haven't eaten all for like a good number of hours, and then we have a heavy meal as well, you feel as if the sugar in your blood dropped or something. So you feel this unbalance. Instead of you enjoying the meal you ate, probably you ate a lot of carbs or whatever, rice, pasta, instead of eating moderately a bit of everything. I'm talking experience because I do that.
Yes. So I want to end up by saying that chocolate is cheaper than therapy, and by the way, we don't need an appointment, so we can eat dark chocolate.
Dark chocolate?
Yes.
A little piece of dark chocolate a day will help you.
Yes,
okay,
yes.
Let me tell you what I did today, because I have no chocolate at home and I wanted sweets. So I had milk at home. This is the only thing I have. So so I put milk and I put some cocoa on it, and I made like a small cup of coffee without sugar, and I ate it like custard. So to me it was filling, and I had the sweet tooth because I love cocoa.
Okay.
So Joelle, Farha, any other tips before we leave? Guys, thank you. We had a big crowd tonight. Joelle, Farha, I think she's going to come back next Monday, correct?
Yes.
Okay. We're going to do the children diet on Monday. And probably Wednesday we'll do the fasting, because we are in the middle of fasting and we don't want to delay it. So this way we get you covered for a while until we see which topics to cover.
Yes, we have many interesting topics.
Many interesting topics we have.
By the way, if they have any topic that they would love us to really discuss, I'm more than happy to do it.
Exactly. We're gonna be here with you guys. So as usual, this session was directly on Facebook and on Instagram, and it's going now on all social media. And please, I want to invite you to go to my channel and like the page, because it's going to be there. You will see we have now like almost 70 or 80 speakers there. It will be easier for you to find them. Probably one day as well we can cover the vitamins and see how to get them before getting the supplement. So there is a lot to cover and discuss. I'm looking forward, Joelle, to seeing you again. As usual, stay safe, keep your distance, and be careful. Guys, let's get over with this ordeal and move on to our life, hopefully soon. It's not easy, but as we say, we're all in it together. Take care. Hopefully, we'll get to see you one day in a live coffee shop where we discuss everything with Joelle. But let us finish first.
Yes.
Okay, bye-bye, you guys.
Bye.
Bye, Joelle. Thank you so much for being here with us.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye, Joelle. Thank you so much.